Sure, I think that we're all faced with great opportunities brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. And I think we meet our challenges and our adversities in our life from a certain level of mind. And in order to change that challenge or transform it into something greater, you got to meet it from a greater level of mind. So it means then the present reality that you're experiencing, that whether there's no movement or it's stuck or things aren't flowing, there's some level of consciousness or unconsciousness that has created that condition in your life, or at least keeping it the same. So then in order to change that, you have to move to a greater level of consciousness, a greater level of awareness than the consciousness that's created it. So then people then have certain situations in their life that are connected to certain people and certain problems and certain objects and things and places and time. And we actually show up in our world anticipating it being there, or at least trying to predict the way it's going to look. And it's our reactions emotionally. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. It's our constant reaction, our constant emotional reactions that keep that reality status quo. So you can't say it's my boss's fault or my partner's fault or my friend's fault or my kid's fault. You have to say then I'm at this level of consciousness and there's no movement, and there's got to be a door out of this box or limitation. So the box then becomes the way we react emotionally. So if we keep reacting emotionally the same way, then we're in the same energy. And if you're in the same energy, you're in the same consciousness and nothing changes. So there is a possibility that there's a door that you can move out of. And so then if you're trying to do it in the material world, matter to matter, again, it's going to take a lot of time, and you may have to do all kinds of things to make some movement occur. And I'm talking about from the smallest things all the way up to legal things and hiring all kinds of people to just try to create some movement in your life. But if you understand in the quantum world, there's an infinite number of possibilities, and the best way that I can describe it is when you're in a bathroom in a public place and there's mirrors on both sides, or even a bathroom in your own house. And you have two mirrors on both sides, and when you lean in, you see yourself in all of these dimensions, all of these different dimensions. There are different possibilities that exist in the quantum field. That means you'd have to leave the realm of space-time and enter this realm called time-space, called the quantum. Now, you can't bring your body there, you can't bring your problems, you can't bring your identity. You have to just go there as an awareness, naked. You have to pass through the eye of the needle. And when you truly get there, and you can then say, okay, what is the outcome that I want to experience? And begin to just simply change your energy to a greater level of consciousness, to begin to experience the relief, the joy, the freedom, the exuberance, the gratitude you're feeling, or a greater level of awareness than everybody in that box. Then you're actually existing in a future box in the present moment as a consciousness. Now, that future, you're putting your attention in, you're putting your energy in, and if you do that properly, your body should follow your mind to that new reality. There should be a door that you'll be able to slip through. Now, on the condition that you don't continuously react to the same people and same problems in your life, because the moment you do that, you return back to the past self with the same consciousness or unconsciousness, and the door closes. So teaching people then how to move to a greater level of consciousness, to be outside that box, to experience what it would be like with a greater level of energy, with a greater emotion, as an awareness. If they do that properly, they're existing in that future in the present moment. And your body always follows your mind. If you have the thought of going to work, or you have a thought of going into the kitchen, or you have the thought of going to visit a friend or taking a walk, you have one point of consciousness, and then you have a thought of doing something else at another point of consciousness. And as you move your awareness to that other point of consciousness, your body follows your mind to that point of consciousness. So your body's always following your mind, but for the most part, it's following it to the known. So what if then you had a box that was a new reality, a new possibility where the problem didn't exist, and you were to raise your energy, raise your awareness, and then exist in that future, and then as an awareness in that infinite void, become aware that your body exists in that void and begin to draw your body to you. Now, if you do that properly, you're connected as your future you to the you that is trying to make its way out. And if you stay connected to it and you can guide yourself to yourself and stay connected to it with your heart, doors will open up. I've done this so many times in my own life that I'm absolutely certain that it works. So it takes a little study, it takes a little practice. I'll demystify the whole process, and then we'll go right into it and give people the opportunity to actually create a door or an opening for them to move out of their box reality where there's no change and begin to guide their body out of that box into a future dimension. It would be no different than moving from one of those bathrooms into another one, and everything would be exactly the same. Your friends would be the same, your wife or your husband would be the same, your boss would be the same, your kids would be the same, your house would look the same, your cell phone would be the same, except there'd be some change in that particular reality, and that's when you begin to experience what quantum physics calls the many worlds theory. You're in another world, another reality.